How's it going, guys? It's Gage from Indoor Inverts. So a little bit of an intro for this video. I was cruising around Facebook Marketplace. I saw one of those Fluval Spec 5-gallon aquariums for super duper cheap. So definitely gonna go pick that up, and I'll get back to you on that. So here is that Fluval Spec I was talking about. As you can see, it's pretty mangy, but that's not too bad. All the stuff works. So I tested the light and the pump, and those both worked when they were plugged in. Doesn't look like it has any major scratches on the tank as well. And the filter media is pretty grody. I'll probably get noob little bags to put in here and just wash this out really good with some soapy water. So first things first, we got to get this thing cleaned before we can do much of anything. Alright guys, as you can see, I got the enclosure fully cleaned, and I put a background on it as well. It's nothing fancy, it's just this old metal Volkswagen sign that I have, and then I duct taped it to the side right there, but looks pretty good from the front. Now the next step is we need to strain our soil. I'm using topsoil for this aquarium, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You get a strainer and you sift the dirt away from the wood and stuff and put it in the aquarium. So let's do that. Okay, so here we are preparing the substrate. As I said, we're doing a dirted tank. I have Scott's organic topsoil. That's what I chose to go with, mostly because it's cheap. However, it has a lot of big particles of wood and stuff in it. And as I said earlier, we're gonna have to sift it. So I just got like a small little sifter here, and all I'm doing is breaking down the big clumps, making sure there's no wood pieces in them like this, and sifting through the dirt. Super simple. And as a cap for this, I'm going to be using washed clay sand. We'll get to that later. But basically, this process is you're just removing the wood from the dirt, because obviously the wood's going to float. And if you plant plants on top of wood in water, the wood's going to float up and kill all your plants. So you want to take all of them out. So here we are. I think we have enough material, little piece of wood there, that we have sifted through. Like I said, you want to sift through all the wood, or vermiculite if you have vermiculite. There's little bits of rock in here, which is okay. I don't really mind the rock, but perlite and wood float, and that can kind of ruin the roots of your plants somewhat, and also kind of create pockets for bacteria to grow. But it's only going on that little 5-gallon up there. And I'd say we have enough soil for what we're trying to grow, which is some little carpeting big leaf plants. So what's next is I'm going to straighten out my little mess here. We're going to start actually aquascaping the Spec 5-gallon, you guys. So let's get started. To start the hardscape, first thing I want to add is this little conch shell, or shell thing. And then actually I want to build up some of this dirt behind here, make like a little hill in the back for the plants to come up from behind. So let me jump cut to when I have that set up to how I like. Okay, so here we are with the shell, and I've re-sloped the substrate. I think I'm ready to add my plant seeds, and I'll give you the scientific name for those when I look at it again, because the other aspects of the hardscape I want to kind of be on top of the ground. But with this, I want it to be a little cave as well, and I also got some soil in there, so hopefully the plants will seed in there as well. But next up, it's just time to spread the seeds, and then we'll put our little sand cap on top of all the dirt here. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Here we are with a little bag of seeds. I forgot the scientific name already. I had them in place, but the common name is Japanese spirale. Just cut the corner off of this little bag here, and I'm just going to gently start spreading. Alright guys, the last step which I'm putting on this grass step method is going to be covering the lid, opening the bag, closing that, you want to do this because it creates a greenhouse effect. Not only will the boosted humidity help the plants grow faster, but the more humidity you have with these submerged plants, the higher the chance of survival you have in the apples. Idea is seal this guy off for most of the day. Now, obviously, the plants still need to breathe and need to exchange gases just like this. So what you do is you lift one side of the saran wrap. Not that far, but 20-30 minutes ago. That way, you exchange gases. For the rest of the time, you keep it closed. You also probably want to mist once or twice a day as well, depending on how fast it seems to dry out and where you live, things like that. I'll likely be misting once a day, but I'll keep you posted on that. And other than that, really you just have to wait. Keep a normal light schedule, so something like 12 hours on, 12 hours off, something like that is perfectly fine. And just keep an eye on the tank, keep it misted, keep it burped, make sure the gases are exchanged. And once the plants start to spread and you can see the roots growing and spreading out, that's when you're safe to add water. It's usually about 15 or more days, but it depends on a lot of your parameters. I've never used this technique with this powerful of a light, so really we're just going to have to see how it works out. And I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, here we are for our third day update on the carpeting plants. It's only day 3, so we don't really have much of anything going on so far. Luckily, we do have some plants that ended up right here against the glass, excuse me. So we'll be able to get a good look at them as they start to germinate and grow and stuff. I did also put some clippings from my lucky bamboo that was getting too tall for our frog paludarium. So I stuck them in here. I figured it looked cool, kind of like a beach vision when it's fully submerged. I don't know why these roots are growing upwards in defiance, but what you gonna do? Here are the smaller clippings as well that I took. I'm growing them in some water just until they grow some tap roots. Also featuring a couple baby mystery snails that got sucked up in the water that I was giving them, but I figured they can stay in there because they're so small. And as another side note, the day after I set up this patch of dry start seeds. I set up this free little bag that I got of They were called Lucky Grass or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But I set up a very similar system in here in this little deli cup to see kind of as an experiment how they grow. And if they do well, I'll probably put them in the 20 gallon in the other room. But I was kind of just curious how they do. So yeah, quick third day update. Not really a whole lot going on in there yet, but I'll keep you posted. Here is our 5th day update. As you can see as we zoom in, some of our seeds are starting to germinate. This one's already poking through a little bit. As you can see right here on the side, we got some green specks. The little baby plants coming out of their seeds. So awesome news. I'll keep you guys posted on the growth. Day 6 of the Dry Start Fluval Aquarium. Our first plants have begun to break the surface. There's none over here on this right side yet, but over here we have some, and let's see if I can fit my phone past this saran wrap. We have some growing inside of the shell as well. So the growth has officially begun. Day 9 update this is. Not really. Plants still growing over here on the left side a lot, as you can see. Alright, so day 9 update on the aquarium graph. You can see the left side is still rocking and growing. Not really a whole lot of activity on the right side yet, but the left side is still alive. Quite a bit of these guys growing in the back, and this taller bamboo is taking it kind of hard. I'm still rooting for it, but it doesn't work out. It's always okay. I can add another cutting or jog or something. So our little bamboo cuttings are still looking good. Got to do a water change today, but no roots yet. I threw a shrimp in there as well, just in front of it, and no activity. Okay guys, day 15, same old, a whole bunch of plants here on the left side, not a whole lot of activity here on the right. I mean, we have our first plant coming out there, that looks like it's about it, and nothing going on with the lucky grass either. We have come to day 31 on the Fluval Spec. It's pretty much the same story. A whole lot going on the left side. Nothing really going on the right side. So I think this weekend I'm gonna trim these plants and finally fill the tank up. I'd do it tonight, but I don't really feel like it. So I'm gonna do it this weekend. Yeah. Here we are on Saturday. We got the plants trimmed quite a bit here on the left side, as you can see. Water filled up. I just used cycled water from some of my other tanks because it was water change day anyway, and the water wasn't too bad. And yeah, it's looking pretty nice. I'm proud of how it turned out. I do want to put some wood in here. I already have some wood, but unfortunately it is still floating, so I have to keep that submerged until it stops floating, and then sanitize it real quick. But once that's done, then I'll be able to put the wood in here, get the black water going like I like, and I think this tank is going to look really awesome. I also want to get some floating plants. And I also have a couple shrimp and snails in here. There's one of the shrimp right there, a little ghost shrimp. And then here's one of our hybrid snails chilling up here on the top. Okay guys, I just got back from the pet store. I was grabbing up some doggo food and stuff the other day, and I was keeping a little bit of surprise, but I saw this really cool fish and I wanted to put him in here. I got him right over here acclimating right now. It's a giant half moon betta. He's super cool. I love him. I think the color of him goes great with the backgrounds of this enclosure, and I can't wait for his colors to pop. So now I'm just acclimating him to the water, letting him get just to the water temperature, and then every once in a while I just pour a little bit of water in the opening up there so we can adjust to it slowly. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing that over the next 20-30 minutes, and I'll show you guys when I put him into his new tank, where he's probably going to demolish the shrimp and stuff that I have, but that's cool. I have a lot of shrimp to cull anyway. So it has been about half an hour, so we are now going to gently introduce the betta to his new aquarium. Come out of the cup. This light's kind of a little difficult, but there we go. I'm out there without making too much of a fuss. But yeah, there he is. We'll go ahead and give him some time to get used to his new tank and get some B-roll shots of him and stuff, and maybe feed him in a little bit. The next day, you can see the water's a little bit cloudy because I just put this piece of wood in there. I'm really glad with the way it looks, but you can probably see I got a roach on the end of my tongs here. I want to try to see about feeding the fish. Here he comes. Let's see if we can get him to jump. Come on. So the betta or whatever seems to be doing pretty well. His colors are coming out quite a bit more. Get a little focus shot there. Really nice. Got some more pinks and blues coming out, and he's also began to build a bubble nest as well, which is super exciting. I've only had him for one day, and he's already building his little bubble nest. So I'm guessing he's liking the tank. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm pretty happy with the way the tank came out. I will mention real quick, I forgot to mention, I do have a 50-watt heater running in the back of this aquarium, just, you know, because betas like warm water. Figured I'd mention that. So yeah, that's really all I have for you. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever, it's all appreciated, and I will see you next time.